My beautiful friends, I wanted to come on and do a reading. I was feeling called to come on and do a reading. I'm picking up on a very gloomy energy, and you can even see it's very dark. So, a very gloomy energy. Some of the things that were coming through, I was seeing mourning doves, and morning doves spelled Mourning. I just feel a really gloomy energy, and I wanted to make sure it wasn't you. It could be the person you're connected to or the person that's energetically connected to you, but I also wanted to make sure it wasn't you. Like I said, I was picking up on a very heavy energy when I was getting ready for this reading. So I was seeing mourning doves. I was also hearing sugar cane, which is really weird. I don't even know why that came up in my meditation. I don't even really understand what sugar cane is. I think I've seen people making. Do they make gas out of it somewhere in the world? I don't know. I don't even really understand what sugar cane is. So it was really weird that came through. And sugar cane spiritually represents healing and resilience. I was also hearing highs and lows. So maybe your emotions or the person you're connected to, their emotions are going up and down. I was also hearing Monty Python. So Monty Python could be symbolic. And Titanic. So the movie Titanic could be symbolic. Also, my eyes are watering. It feels like somebody's crying. And you know how much I love you guys. I wanted to make sure it wasn't you. And if it is you, I want to sit with you for a minute. So 555 could be symbolic. I was also hearing outside a seaplane, and a seaplane spiritually is symbolic of a journey, a long journey, progress, your mind and your subconscious. So your mind could be weighing heavily on this person right now. I have my window open completely because it's so dark. What's that? That was a gray SUV. Usually I have my curtain shut a little, but I have it completely open right now because it's so dark in here. Like, look at it. A seaplane also represents overcoming obstacles and new perspectives. I was also seeing the color blue and the color yellow, and that immediately made me think of the throat chakra and the solar plexus. Initials I was hearing RJSMEPWK VAF, and that's all I jotted down during my meditation, other than this feeling, this very heavy feeling I'm picking up on. My eye keeps leaking, not in a gross way, but like in a teary way. And then, as I was coming up here to do the reading, I found this on the ground in my house, 5 of Hearts, which is the 5 of Cups. And I took note of that because that's loss, that's regret, that's sadness. So, like I said, I wanted to make sure if this is you, I thought I'd come sit with you for a while. So I grabbed a few different decks, but I felt called to start with Psychic Tarot of the Heart. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get a card for you to see what you are going through, and you'll know it's your reading. We do have Detach, and look, she's releasing a dove. And look at that empty, barren tree behind her. And she's got her cloak up. So this is the energy of justice. So you could be, and the fact that my left eye is leaking, you could be trying to release this person, or maybe you released them because you had to. Maybe they gave you no choice, or maybe there was highs and lows. I was hearing highs and lows. So maybe this was like a roller coaster and you had to get off the ride. But look at that. She's releasing a dove. 11 could be symbolic. So I'm just going to shuffle a few times. We have healing, star energy. So we have Libra and Aquarius right away. That's interesting. You could be releasing this and your person could be healing here. I need to do something. Maybe if I turn on my lamp. Hang on. Let me go turn on my lamp. It's not much brighter, but it helped a little with the shadows. Anyway, shadow work could be symbolic. And I stopped it on 518. And I was thinking about five of cups energy. A bus just went by. 5 of cups energy, 18 moon card energy. So you could be, or your person could be very emotional right now, working through some fears. That's interesting because the sea plane represents your subconscious, your mind and your subconscious. And when I got up to turn on the light, I felt called to grab my charms, which I haven't grabbed my charms in ages. By the way, somebody said I completely forgot to do the rest of the zodiac, the twin flame zodiac. I didn't forget. Spirit has been blocking me. I still have all the cards sitting right by my desk, but Spirit was like, nope, not yet. And I always do things intuitively. I'm not going to force a reading. So I'm also getting ready to go away. So when I get back from my vacation with my family, I will finish off those twin flame zodiac readings, and then I'll start doing zodiac readings again. But lately I've been I've been getting downloads about different types of readings, and I honor Spirit. I work for Spirit is what I'm hearing. All right, so I'm going to pick you a tarot charm. I'm not going to look. Sorry for the noise. What do we have? We have the High Priestess. Focus. The High Priestess. So you could be silent and guarded right now. Maybe you're doubting your intuition. Maybe this person is being silent and guarded with you. High Priestess, Pisces energy, water energy. And I'm just going to get a couple of charms here. I haven't felt called to get charms in so long. So I'm just going to get a couple. Let's see what... Oh, one fell. Interesting. I wasn't meant to get whatever that was. So we have the Turtle. So things could be moving very slowly right now. Maybe you are in Hermit energy or your person is in Hermit energy. Turtles could be symbolic. Maybe someone is hiding in their shell, withdrawn, but very slow moving energy. We have a Star, Aquarius energy. Also, symbolic of wishes, hope. So maybe somebody's losing hope here. Like I said, I hope this isn't you. Interesting. We have a music note. So music could be symbolic. Maybe a song triggered you recently, or maybe the person you're connected to is listening to music. We have an angel wing, but I almost see it. I almost thought it was a cloud. So angels could be symbolic. This could be symbolic of your, you have angels looking out for you. The mourning dove mentions someone who's passed on sending you a message. So maybe you have a spirit guide of someone who's passed on. I always say when you guys mention that you've lost someone, or, years ago your brother passed away or your daughter passed away or your pet passed away, I always mention to you that now they're your spirit guides. Now they're looking out for you from above. So maybe you have someone looking out for you. I feel like I'm going to burst into tears. And then we have a love potion, and it says number 5 on it. And it's black. So this could be connected to, maybe you're a divine feminine and you're thinking about your divine masculine. Number 5 is Hierophant energy. I wrote down 555 before I found this. 5 of Hearts, 5 of Cups. Fives Fives can be challenging energy when you think about the fives in the tarot. Five of Wands, conflict, blockages. Five of Cups, sadness, loss, regret. Five of Pentacles, fear of abandonment, feeling left out in the cold, fear of rejection, hard times. What's the other one? Five of Swords, self-sabotage, stuck in your head, overthinking. Not really. Arguments, though. It just started pouring. Now I'm hearing angel tears because I'm looking at that angel wing. So, I'm sending you lots of love, my friend. All right. So, let's get back to shuffling here. Oh, there's a yellow butterfly. There's a yellow butterfly. Remember I wrote down yellow. The song Yellow could be symbolic by Coldplay. Look at the stars. Look how they shine for you. And we had a star. And everything you do. Solar plexus. Maybe you're going through a transformation with your solar plexus, or your person is. Like, this sadness that I'm feeling could be your person. We're about to find out. I just need to pause this so I can put these charms down. January 26th could be symbolic. So let's one more shuffle with these. We have the Emperor, and I just mentioned the Black Potion, and I mentioned Divine Masculine. I love this Emperor card because you see someone elevating from the past version of themselves into the higher version of themselves, into that Emperor. You could be in separation with this person. Look, we have Just Breathe, which is Four of Swords energy. Double Force, stability, foundation. April could be symbolic. May could be symbolic. All right, let's see. Look, Five of Swords, win or lose. So you could have been dealing with a distorted masculine with that Emperor, because I specifically mentioned that past version of them standing in the background. Five of Swords, win or lose. There can only be one winner. So you could have been dealing with someone where there was a lot of ups and downs, a lot of arguments. I was thinking, I'll get to that in a minute. So Five of Swords, self-sabotage, conflict, arguments. You definitely could have been dealing with someone where there was a lot of arguments or a lot of distorted energy. And I actually thought of a really good example of this. A little while ago, I was watching the episode of Friends, which if you don't watch Friends, this won't resonate with you. But it was where Rachel and Ross were on a break, right? And Four of Swords, they were on a break. And the same day they took their break, he slept with someone else. And she was very upset about it. And his reasoning was, well, we were on a break. We were on a break. We were on a break. And then they go later on in a couple episodes later, or whenever it is, they go to the beach house and they start talking. They're flirting with each other. And she stays up that night. They want to get back together, but she said there's some things she has to get off her chest before they get back together. So she writes him an 18-page letter, front and back, and he fell asleep reading it. So she said, do you? And he fell asleep reading it. So he was like, yeah, I do. And what she was saying was, do you take accountability for sleeping with someone else so soon after we had our argument? And again, this is pointless if you've never seen this, but it struck me when I was watching this dynamic between them. So, they're in bed and she's like, oh, I was so impressed that you're being the bigger person and that you have new perspective and that you're taking accountability. And it was triggering his ego because he still felt like he was in the right and she was in the wrong, win or lose. And he started yelling, "We were on a break." And he leaves, and she says, "We are so over." And he's like, fine by me. And his ego is so triggered. He's in this distorted masculine energy. So you could have been dealing with someone in very distorted masculine energy. I know it's a very strange thing to mention, but that's what was coming through. So I wanted to mention it. So you could have been dealing with a situation where there was a lot of arguments, where you and this person, your egos were triggering each other. That's, when people argue, you're arguing from a place of ego, wanting to protect yourself. All right, so let's see your energy first. We have awaiting results in reverse. That's the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, which means you're not seeing your manifestations come in, or you're losing patience for your manifestations coming in. And we have the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. So you could be feeling like you've invested a lot of time and energy into this connection. You gave the dedicated effort, but you haven't been seeing the fruits of your labor. This person, the Seven of Pentacles in reverse also shows a connection not working out, even though one person was trying so hard. So you could be that person who was trying so hard to make something work here. Maybe your person wasn't seeing eye to eye with you, or they weren't meeting you in the middle. That's another thing. I was hearing the song Meet Me in the Middle. So it feels like maybe you haven't seen anything happening in the 3D. It could feel unfinished. Setbacks and patience. You have not been receiving a return on an investment you've made energetically. Could be a relationship. No results. So you haven't seen results from this person. And you may be worried about it. You may be wondering if it's time to abandon ship, is what I'm hearing. If it's time to let go. You could have lack of motivation for this connection. You definitely could have felt like this person neglected you. And that doesn't make anybody feel very good. Let's get one for your person. Seven of Wands in reverse. Three of Cups. That's interesting. So it feels like your person wants to, right now, this person could have been very defensive. Remember the Five of Swords. Seven of Wands. You have, listen, we have 4-4. We have 5-5. 7-7. It's pouring. I don't know if you can hear that. So Seven of Wands in reverse. That's really interesting because Seven of Wands is about boundaries. It's about keeping someone at arm's length, keeping someone at a distance. This person could have been very defensive. And perhaps, the fact that they have choose your battles, maybe you had to choose your battles. Whenever this card comes out, I kind of talk about dealing with, I think about when my kids were 3, and the advice that was given to me when my kids were 3 is choose your battles, because 3-year-olds will argue with you. So, choose what you're willing to put your energy into. So this person could have taken a step back, choosing their battles. Maybe they didn't want to fight anymore, or maybe you didn't want to fight anymore. Five of Swords on the bottom. There was definitely arguments here, especially if you were dealing with someone with like a very defensive energy or acting from a place of ego. I mentioned Ross. But this is, them wanting to drop those boundaries, or their walls are coming down. And then we have share the love, Three of Cups. So it feels like this person could be tapping into their heart space, which sometimes happens when we go through, like when we start feeling emotions. So this person could definitely be feeling emotional now. Both in reverse, 7-7. Interesting. 7. If it is you that's sad, I'm sending you lots of love. Surrender, 7 of Wands in reverse. Oh my gosh, 7 of Wands in reverse. This person has been bearing the weight of the world on their shoulders. They may be feeling isolated, or as if everyone is against them. That's really interesting. 1989 could be symbolic. So this person, weight of the world on their shoulders right now. They're feeling heaviness. Makes sense. There seems to be this want to share love with you, to put this connection back together. Look at that heart. Focus. All right. I am going to get tarot in a minute. This is tarot, but it's more of it doesn't have court cards in it. I do have another tarot deck that I'm going to confirm all this energy with, but I just kind of want to get a few more from this deck before I go to oracles. So let me see how you're feeling about them. How are you feeling about them? Oh my goodness. What is happening here? We have High Priestess in reverse. This person holding back from you. Maybe you feel like they're keeping something from you. We have 8 of Cups for how you're feeling about this person. So you could have been accepting less than you deserved here. You could be feeling like they've moved on, that they don't think about you, that their intuition doesn't tell them anything about you with that High Priestess in reverse. You could also be, because you haven't seen results here, or you haven't heard from this person, maybe you are considering moving on. 8 of Cups, walking away energetically. Like, I think somebody here has already walked away. The beach could be symbolic. You could have memories on the beach. I just can't shake this energy. And please understand, if you're not, like, if you don't, this wasn't my energy today. Like, I was okay until I started meditating for this reading, and then this sadness and darkness and gloominess and weight just came over me. All right, I just want to look at confusion. So you're feeling confused about whether or not you should move on. And you know, I always talk about not waiting. It doesn't mean you have to, like, if you're feeling alone and that's what's charging this energy, how can I put that? Do you know what I just heard? I heard, can anybody find me somebody to love? Which, is that a Queen song? If you're thinking about, like, if you really love this person and you're thinking, well, I haven't seen anything from them, I'm getting impatient, I don't want to be alone anymore, just make sure you're moving on for the right reasons. Because the 8 of Cups can talk about entering or staying in a relationship for the wrong reasons because you're, like, afraid to be alone, or you have a fear of being alone. You can do whatever you want. I'm just telling you what Spirit's telling me. So, you know, like I said, I say never, you're not supposed to wait for anyone. The best thing you can do is turn that attention inward, give yourself the love you've been looking for, and heal. And then what's meant for you will align with you. You could be finding it really difficult to trust your intuition right now, especially if you're not seeing anything. And I talked about it yesterday in that reading. With other things, we get so much validation that, like, when we order something online, we get order confirmation when it ships. It's on its way to you. We can even see where it is in our neighborhood, how many minutes until it arrives at our door. But when it comes to our manifestations and our intuition, we don't have that validation. And that validation has to come within. Seeking external validation is actually a bit of distorted feminine energy, or needing that validation. So maybe you're frustrated with not having validation in the 3D, and you feel like you can't trust your intuition when it comes to this person. Or maybe you feel like they're ignoring their intuition. Listen to that rain. Can you hear it? I want to see how your person is feeling about you, Pisces energy. How is your person feeling about you? Throat chakra, blue. I wrote down blue and yellow. So I feel like your person right now they do want to express something to you. They do want to communicate something to you. They could have been blocked. I mean, you could have blocked them, but I feel like this is another 5. 5s are significant. And again, 5s are about change. We have the 7 of Swords in reverse. Oh my gosh. This is very interesting because it's just getting worse out there. How you're feeling about them, High Priestess in reverse, you could feel like this person ignores their intuition about this connection. For how this person feels about you, we've got another 7. We've got another 7. 7 of Swords in reverse. And then we've got, so we have and a 6, third eye chakra and crown chakra for how your person feels about you. So our 7 of Swords for how they feel about you. They have something weighing heavily on them. This card talked about it. The 7 of Swords talks about someone who has something weighing heavily on their conscience. That reminds me, I also felt a lot of pressure in my head when I was meditating for this, almost like a headache. Your person could think they're having headaches when really it's like blocked intuition or overthinking. But for how they feel about you, they feel like you're very intuitive and very spiritual, you know, and they could feel like you saw through them in some way. So maybe you called this person out on something here, maybe on their 7 of Swords behavior. This person could have kept things hidden from you. But whenever I see like the 7 of Swords paired with something about intuition, it's like you could see through your person. I'm seeing the hawk in the animal deck. Like you're very intuitive. Sometimes you see too much. You could have seen through their 7 of Swords behavior. Like, look at that. But this person, for how they're feeling about you, they don't want to run anymore. They don't want to play games anymore. They know you're highly intuitive, so they can't. They can't be dishonest with you because you would see right through them. And that can be very... Think about the turtle. If this person has emotional armor, or this person is denying some of their shadows, and you, highly intuitive, very divine, I feel like they can feel your energy with the crown chakra. But if you can see through them, that would be intimidating to them. If they were trying to hide something from you, you know, that would be intimidating if they still had things to heal. Does that make sense? Like if they know you can see through them, they know they can't just come in and play games with you, that they would have to come in right. And maybe they've been taking some time to reflect on this because they know if I come in too soon, they're going to see right through me. They're going to see that I'm not actually healed, that I haven't actually changed. Throat chakra, 8 of Wands, communication for how they feel about you. So there's definitely this energy of wanting to communicate with you, wanting to make amends for some of that behavior. All right. I'm going to see what this, I want to ask Spirit what this Five of Hearts is about, this Five of Cups energy that I'm picking up on. What is this Five of Cups energy about? Oh my gosh. They could also be feeling like, they could be feeling you detach. I almost thought I was there's so many reversals coming out. I almost thought I was shuffling this upside down. So there could have been an imbalance of energy. Look at that, Temperance, balance. So this person feeling regret that they didn't balance this connection. You could be feeling regret that you gave too much to this connection, because when you overgive, it creates an imbalance, just like when somebody's not giving enough. It tips those scales. Someone could be re-examining the priorities they've chosen. Like maybe you prioritized this person over other things, and now you're feeling sad that you prioritized and put so much effort into something that wasn't showing you results. They're examining their priorities, feeling regret for not giving you more energy. We have the Four of Cups in reverse. So somebody, like this Five of Cups, this sadness has brought clarity. The Four of Cups in reverse is also about wanting to put in more effort and love. So I feel like this person has regret for keeping you at arm's length or pushing you away or being defensive. You know, I'm also getting with the Four of Cups and the Empress, even though they're in the reverse, I feel like this person took you for granted. I feel like they didn't appreciate you. And I just had a drop down, you probably saw me glance at it, an affirmation about how I make sure I show gratitude for my blessings. And I feel like this person didn't do that. And they also couldn't, maybe they missed, they're seeing you as a missed opportunity. My goodness. You know, regret for not taking this opportunity to be with you, regret for not putting in more effort, regret for not seeing the Empress that you are. This person also could have been in distorted feminine energy a bit, and I'm not talking about gender. There could have been like a little bit of manipulation here, I'm hearing. All right, I just want to see one card for that Eight of Wands. I want to see what's coming, because Eight of Wands, very fast moving energy. So let's look at near future, which is like the next month. 333 on the timer. Near future energy. One more. Well, we have the Six of Cups. What is happening here? We have the Chariot and Manifest. Six of Cups coming together. Hearing from this person, healing, Chariot, forward movement. Look at that. So energetically, the two of you coming together. We have manifestations. So it feels like your manifestations are coming in the near future. But sometimes I talk about how the closer our manifestations are to us, the more impatient we become, or the more we don't trust in it. And remember the detach card. The key to manifestation is to detach from your manifestation. So you manifest it, and then just like when you order a package and you trust that it's going to come, what was I saying? The key to manifestation is detachment. So you kind of plant that seed and then you don't think about it anymore. We have the Five of Swords in reverse for near future energy, making amends. We have strengthening bonds in the upright, which is the Ace of Pentacles. So it feels like there is a manifestation coming in when it comes to this person. You know, you have the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, so you haven't seen the return on your investment or your manifestation yet. And then we have the Devil in reverse, which is, you know, someone, maybe that's you detaching from the outcome or detachment, but it's also about someone being more self-aware. So I'm going to confirm all these. But like, your manifestation is coming here. And we have heart chakra and well-deserved reward on the bottom. Nine of Pentacles, well-deserved reward. I know typically this deck is a little different. I know typically Nine of Pentacles means independent, but you had the Seven of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles in reverse, which means you haven't seen the rewards of your effort. And look at this. I was hearing something about that when I was showing you that, like this person opening up emotionally to you. Some sort of healing, heart chakra energy. So let's get, that was interesting. Two of Wands, spread your wings. All right, let's get, I wanted to get some of these Soul Seeker cards to see what this is about. Look, the sun is out. Look, the sun just came out, but it's still pouring. I find sun showers magical. I wonder what they mean spiritually. We have makes you laugh. This person could make you laugh. So let's see what else we need to know about this connection. You could be very focused on career right now, or this person could have been more focused on career. So I just want to find out a little bit more about this connection. We do have someone taking a leap of faith here. Interesting. So let's see what we need to know about this connection. Somebody's overthinking. Delays, like it all makes sense. There's been delays here, and this has caused you to possibly worry or overthink about it or doubt your own intuition. You could be gaslighting your intuition, I'm hearing. Trust your intuition over all else is what I'm hearing. Green eyes could be symbolic. This isn't a card about jealousy. This is about specifically green eyes. We have birds, robin, crows, magpies could be a significant synchronicity for you. Somebody is sending me 2 magpie feathers. Magpie symbolic of twin flames. But I was so excited. Somebody was like, I have a couple of magpie feathers I could send you. I was okay. Robin, crows, magpies, and I was seeing mourning doves. So birds could be a very important synchronicity for you, or a sign that your intuition is correct. Pay attention to the birds you're seeing, what you're thinking about when you see them. Yeah, we have issues, problems, concerns, overthinking. Somebody in their head. And I was getting that headache. So if you've all of a sudden, like maybe this person is tugging on your energy, because if all of a sudden you're starting to doubt your intuition and overthink this, you know, could be that your person is. My head just feels like there's a lot of pressure up there right now. Maybe they feel pressured to come forward. We have online, so they could reach out online, or you could have met each other online. And we have compromise, middle ground, peaceful resolution. Why can't you just meet me in the middle? I'm losing my mind just a little. That song by whoever, not. That's that song. Why can't you just meet me in the middle? I'm losing my mind just a little. But yeah, there's been delays here. All right. A few more from this deck. You're definitely in separation with this person. Look, we have intuition, the moon. So you could be questioning your intuition. We have obstacles, delays, blockages. The fives that I was talking about. 3, 2, 1 here in the afternoon. 3, 2, 1 action is what I'm hearing. So you could be listen, if you're in separation with this person, we have separation. I feel like it was for a reason. But yeah, there's definitely been delays here. We have insomnia. So you could be having a hard time sleeping at night. No sleep, waking in the night, exhausted. That's also giving me 9 of Swords energy, 111 on the timer as I said that. 9 of Swords energy, anxiety. That's kind of what I was feeling when I started this reading. It's freaking sunny out and it's pouring. I feel like I need to, hang on. Sun showers represent joy and sorrow. So there could be like maybe remember I was seeing ups and downs. So sometimes you could feel like you could be trusting your intuition or feeling okay. And then the next you could be feeling very emotional. Sun showers also represent the ability to overcome the darkness and come into the light. We have obsessed, on their mind, can't forget you. Good luck, positive outcome underneath the moon. 2 more from this deck and then I'm switching decks. 2 more. Tattoos could be symbolic. Brown eyes, green eyes, brown eyes. Tattoos could be symbolic. Maybe you got a tattoo that has to do with this person, or they got one about you, or maybe they just have tattoos. Specifically arm tattoos, maybe. We have self-deception. So, assuming the worst. I feel like that's both of you. Assuming the worst. So you could be assuming the worst right now. You could be spiraling, or I like to call it snowballing. You could be assuming because you haven't heard from this person that you're never going to hear from them and that they don't think about you. This person could be assuming the worst. You could both be assuming the worst, causing you to feel very heavy. Also, maybe this person has figured out they've been lying to themselves about this connection. Brown eyes, glasses, no contact. Not talking, silence, very soon. 12:25 could be symbolic. Hazel eyes. December, Christmas could be symbolic. Change. There's change coming very soon. And look, the sun has, like, I know it's raining, but the sun came out during your reading. You could be doomsdaying right now. Assuming the worst. Don't assume the worst. Oh my gosh. Last night, I was watching something with one of my kids. And my daughter came in and she's like, look what I found. I found a coin. Are you kidding me? All right, so I'm going to get a couple from this oracle deck. And then we're going to see how... I'm going to look at feelings. So strength just fell out and we have September, October, November. So again, sometimes the closer we get to our manifestations, the more we overthink or the harder it is to stand in our inner strength. November. Keep going. You're almost there is what I just saw. Look. There's an offer coming in, and you had the Ace of Pentacles in near future energy. The next month, Next month is November. This is a timeless reading, so if you're not watching it in October, it's the month after you're watching it. The rain just stopped. Stand in your inner power. Find your strength, your belief in your own intuition. Trust that this offer is coming in. All right, let's cut the deck. Water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, also symbolic of emotions. So you could be feeling very emotional right now, or they are. Somebody is. Let's just get a few from this deck. Soulmate, strong connection. Apology. You have, look, someone who walked away from you, or you walked away from them, is coming in with an apology. Sorry, grace, making amends. The name Grace could be symbolic. Someone's coming in here with an apology. Soulmate, strong connection. So you feel a strong connection with this person. We have spring, so that could have been when somebody walked away here, March, April, May, or depending on where you are in the world, this apology could come in during spring. We have music, your song, Signs Through Music, musician, your song, Elton John. Signs through music, so somebody could have heard a song that kind of triggered their emotions. Maybe that was you. A few more. Look, the rain completely stopped. Separation. Definitely in separation with this person. What are you? Release negativity, good intentions. So I feel like release that negativity that you're feeling. I feel like this person does have good intentions. Maybe you did have to release them for a while. Now it's so quiet without that rain. We have timing, divine timing, patience. So this wasn't within your control to time or to control. I just saw 717, so I feel like before this could move forward, there had to be some healing. So this will come in at the right time. I know that's not... Anyway. Fire sign, Leo, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Home. Family, comfort, moving house. Somebody could be moving here. But this is also about... This is like giving me Four of Wands energy or stability and passion. Someone sees you as their home. Desire, heat, attraction, chemistry. Maybe you have been trying to release this person. That could be why they're so attracted, like energetically, to come back in and apologize. Especially if this is someone where you were waiting for an apology and you thought, well, I'm never going to get it, so I'm going to release my negativity and find my own closure. Two more. Self-love. Sorry, that's not self-love. This is self-love. You are enough. So you could be very focused on your self-love right now. We have winter, December, January, February. Could be symbolic. And we have caution, be careful, don't rush. So take this slowly when this person comes in, or if you've been trying to rush your manifestation, it could be that you had to wait for divine timing. I have 1 minute left on this video, so I'm just going to get a few more. Let's see if Spirit will show us. Yeah, somebody's sitting in fear here. Remember what I said about, what are you, travel? You could be at a distance from this person. Cycles, ending past patterns. So it feels like you were stuck in some sort of pattern that needed the both of you to acknowledge difficult self-truths and do some inner work here and some self-evaluation. And what I was saying in that first deck, this person is afraid that if they haven't healed enough, you're going to be able to see through them and a cycle will repeat. So they could be coming in wanting to take things slow, and there's nothing wrong with taking things slow. Remember, if you want to speed it up, that's kind of that I need to control, which is distorted. If they come in and all of a sudden you're like, well, I want to speed things up, or they're moving too slowly and you're lacking patience, just that's distorted feminine energy. The Empress allows things to unfold naturally. Soft awareness, allow people's actions to speak about them. And again, if they're moving slowly, that's not necessarily a bad thing. Slow and steady wins the race. Slow means building a strong foundation. You don't want to go 0 to 100 because there's nowhere else to go but down. And I see it all the time, not just in my comment sections, in lots of comment sections. This person better come in and they better be ready to commit. If they come in, show gratitude that they came in to apologize, even if they want to take things slowly. If you're not willing to take things slowly, like, think about it. You've been watching readings, hoping that they're going to come back. Oh my gosh, I did something so stupid last night. Stupid. But it was a good test for me. I, for some reason, was thinking about how YouTube holds comments that are inappropriate for some reason. And I never look at them because I have to go onto the internet to see it, and just, no, I'm evil. Technology and me, I can't even say the right words. I'm not technologically, whatever, advanced. So I decided to go into my held comments that YouTube holds. Wowza, there's some nasty people out here. But the good thing is, I feel like it was a test for me because, last year, if I had looked at those, I would be crying. I'd be very triggered. And I just looked at them like, wow, that's a reflection of what's going on within you. That has nothing to do with me. But some of the stuff those people were saying, wounded people. Nasty, wounded people. Anyway. All right. 2 more. I know I said that already, but 2 more. Listen. Intuition. Trust your intuition when they come in. Your intuition, be careful, don't rush. Your intuition will tell you if they've changed. Trust your intuition when they come in. If their message makes you feel anxious and triggered, don't respond. Not in that moment. Listen to your intuition. If your nervous system goes crazy when they send this message and you feel anxious and hurt and you feel that ego being triggered, take a step back. Don't respond in that moment. Give it some time. Think about it. For example, what if they come in and they're like, I want to be friends. Can we start off being friends? And that triggers your ego, or that triggers something within you of, well, am I not good enough for love? Am I not good enough for commitment? I've been waiting all this time to hear from you and you just want to be friends. You could push this person away. Look for the red flags in yourself too. Because we talk about red flags in other people, but we also have red flags within ourselves. And one of those is your nervous system. So don't respond from a place of ego, is what I'm hearing. Hope. Don't lose hope. Stay positive. The star. The charm. The star. The Blue Jay said, stay hopeful. Be positive. Wishes. Star energy again. Trust your intuition when this comes in. You'll know if it's time or not. If they come in trying to argue with you, there can only be one winner. Remember that one? Think about Ross and Rachel, that example I used. If they come in acting like Ross, we were on a break. Anyway. All right, I'll put those there. I just want to see how you're feeling right now. Oh no. first card, sad. Low, unhappy, melancholy, down, troubled, disappointed, upset. Oh. I'll sit with you a while. That's why I came on. All right. Where is it? This says addicted, but I immediately saw where is it? So you could be needing external validation, like you could be needing to see a sign or hear from this person just to validate your intuition. And I don't know why I'm talking about divine feminine, but divine feminine doesn't need external validation. The validation comes from within. Depressed. So yeah, you could definitely be feeling down in the dumps right now. Especially, you know, we've already had Thanksgiving here, but Thanksgiving is approaching in the States, and then Christmas, which is a hard time for a lot of people. Anyway. Especially if you're lonely. Don't hit my friend. Okay, disappointment. So maybe you're disappointed that you haven't heard from this person yet. Introverted, focusing on yourself, hermit mode, that's good. Withdrawn, inward looking. Maybe you're not feeling very sociable. Maybe you just don't have friends around, you know? A lot of us on this journey we're hermits. That's why we have each other. What's the one that hit you? Why? This says bullied. Maybe you were bullied as a kid. Maybe you felt bullied by this person. I can relax my mind and body in every situation, your affirmation. But I'm looking at that why. Why? Maybe you were bullied as a kid, though. But it looks like, you know, you're introverted right now, questioning why. Why hasn't this come in yet? Feeling disappointed. Feeling let down that this hasn't come in yet. Maybe distrusting your intuition. How are you feeling about this person, too? How are you feeling about this person? How are you feeling about this person? That's interesting. You could feel like they owe you an apology. We have sorry, so maybe there's things you're sorry for. It also says like olive branch, sorry they can't. So maybe you're feeling sad because they haven't extended an olive branch to you or apologized to you. Curious, intrigued, investigating, watching, wanting to find out more, questions, snooping, thirst for knowledge. So it feels like you hope to hear from this person. Page of Swords. You could be watching them online. Anxious, fearful, on edge, overthinking, nervous, worried, imagining the worst. So there is a lot of, you know, worry and fear in your energy, but you're focusing on yourself, which is good. You could even be frustrated with yourself for even caring about this person. Like that could be the energy that you're in. Or like frustrated that you even care that they haven't come in. What do I want to do here? Mr. Crow. I want to get one more for you. Wanting validation. I mentioned that. This person, there could have been a bit of gaslighting. They had the Seven of Swords in reverse. So you could have felt, because this is about how you feel about them, you could have felt like they were doing stuff to get a reaction out of you. It does say manipulation. So we have shocked, surprised, unexpected, taken aback, didn't see it coming, astounded, out of the blue, jarring. The name Iris could be symbolic. Isn't that a song by the Goo Goo Dolls, or am I imagining that? And I'd give up forever to touch you, and to know that you feel the same way or feel me somehow. Could be symbolic. But we also have ashamed here. So maybe I'm hearing a few different things. So for how you feel about this person, you could be feeling like maybe you didn't see the separation coming. Maybe they disappeared out of the blue. Maybe you weren't expecting to meet this person. You could be feeling like they're sitting in shame, which is why they're not reaching out to you. Too ashamed to take accountability is what I'm hearing. The other thing I'm hearing is that you could feel like you were surprised, especially if this is a soul bond, you could be surprised that you even allowed this person to treat you this way. Especially if maybe you're someone who's never really allowed somebody to be defensive with you and to manipulate you and gaslight you, because I was seeing those cards. Maybe you kept giving this person a chance. Maybe you had some rose-colored glasses on. You could be feeling ashamed that you allowed it for so long or had those rose-colored glasses on for so long. Let's see how your person is. Let's just put all of these back, actually. I'm just going to shuffle for your person. Impulsive. Wanting to take rapid action. That's your person. And they had the throat chakra and the 8 of Wands for how they feel about you. So there is this energy where they do want to take action towards you. And again, the closer that this comes to you, maybe the more you're overthinking it. We have friendly. So they could be wanting to take action, wanting to take things slowly. Don't rush. Keep it simple. And if they want to be friends with you, they want it to go further than that. Once you're in a stable energy. I just heard don't sabotage it by trying to rush things. Connected. This is how they feel about you. Empathy, deep bond, belonging, very alike, soul tribe, understood, spark, feels right, close, energy still entwined. Dreams. So they could be dreaming about you. Excited, eager, enthusiastic, keen, fired up, pumped, can't wait, butterflies. Worried. So they're feeling worried about taking action towards you. That's interesting. All right. Let's see how they're feeling right now. How are they feeling? Oh dear. So they have failure. I never get it right. Good things don't happen to me. Remember the 7 of Wands in reverse described that. So that's confirming that. Oh my gosh, this is how they're feeling in their own energy. That they're self-absorbed, that they only cared about themselves, no consideration for others, narcissistic tendencies. This is how they're feeling in their energy. And they had the 7 of Swords in reverse. This is weighing heavily on them. Worthless. Oh my gosh. I'm defective, no good, flawed, unwanted, undervalued, self-doubt, insecure, lacking confidence, self-criticism, questioning their own abilities. That's another reason this person could be coming in offering friendship, is because maybe they feel, at least if I come in and offer friendship and they reject me, it won't hurt as much as if I confess all my love and offer love and they reject me. This friendship, wanting to take things slow, could be about protecting themselves. Two more for how they're feeling. Desire, attraction. They're feeling very attracted to your energy right now. Hunger, passion. Love, oh my goodness. Selfless, respect, wants what's best for you, protective. I just said they were feeling protective, wanting to protect themselves, but they also want what's best for you. Special place in my heart, deep connection. Bullied. Okay, so bullied, maybe you were both bullied. They could feel uncomfortable with this love because it's intense. Maybe they're worried that when they come in, you're going to criticize them. Overwhelmed. Overwhelmed emotionally, stressed, burdened, suddenly hit hard. So it hit them like a ton of bricks. They're feeling very overwhelmed. Okay, let's see how they're feeling about you. How are they feeling about you? Hopeful. Saving face. Avoiding feeling humiliated. That's what I meant about how if this person comes in offering friendship, it could be more about wanting to save face. Covering up a mistake, making excuses for failings. They may feel like you've lost respect for them. Hopeful. This person is up and down. Just like I saw your energy a little. Optimistic. They're hopeful to get what they want. They could see you as someone very confident. Maybe you're very hopeful and positive. We have enlightened, new perspective for how they feel about you. New perspective, better understanding, wake-up call, realizations. And the seaplane, new perspectives. And the morning dove is about wanting to strengthen a connection. How are they feeling about you? We have shocked. So I feel like you and this person met each other very unexpectedly. They weren't expecting to meet you. And we have curious. You're both feeling the same way about each other. Page of Swords, you could both be looking at each other online. Intrigued, investigating, watching, wanting to find out more, questions, thirst for knowledge, spying. Okay, 2 more and then I'm cutting this deck off. 2 more. So space. They could be feeling unsure of the future here, or unsure of how you're going to receive them. For how they feel about you, do not disturb. So maybe you put up boundaries or maybe you block them. Rebalance, temperance, thinking, clearing head, self-care, overcoming difficulties here. So they feel like you've put space in between the two of you, or you're taking space, or they could feel regret for taking space from you. Regret, sadness, remorse, disappointed, wishing they could change things. That's how they're feeling about you. So they do have something weighing heavily on them here with you. All right. So I'm just going to get a few tarot cards, even though we already got the other tarot deck. I just want to see a few more. The anemone. Why do I sound like Finding Nemo right now? It's an anemone. Finding Nemo could be symbolic. We have 3 of Swords, though, and we have Judgment. So a lot of self-evaluation through this separation. Interesting. Because we have Judgment, the peacock. Peacocks could be symbolic. It's also about a resurrection. And we have the goat, 5 of Wands. I was seeing a goat in my reading yesterday. So blockages here, conflict. All right, so let's see. 5 of Cups, first cut. Mushrooms could be symbolic. I don't know why I immediately heard portobello mushrooms. Stargazing by, who sings that? Miles someone? Could be symbolic. You and I stargazing. Intertwining souls. You were always there, something. You were right there all along. We have the rabbit, Page of Swords. So the rabbit is interesting because this is someone overthinking. The rabbit in the animal deck talks about overthinking. Timid. So someone's feeling very timid about making contact with you here, which could be why they reach out offering friendship at first. The bee, Eight of Pentacles. Bees could be symbolic. Rabbits could be symbolic. Eight of Pentacles. Someone, you know, this is about renewal here, wanting to work on things. You could be nervous because you haven't seen the rewards of your investment. Whoops. All right. So I'm just going to confirm your energy. Seven of Pentacles in reverse. We have the Ace of Wands. So you haven't seen action from this person. Because I'm confirming the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. Maybe they weren't taking enough action towards this connection. Maybe your fear is that they just wanted your body. Also, Ace of Wands with the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, delays. Queen of Pentacles, so you're trying to be patient, you're trying to tend to your inner garden. But it could be making you feel insecure that they haven't, that's interesting. It could be making you feel insecure that they haven't reached out. And you have the Two of Pentacles, the starfish. So the Two of Pentacles sometimes gives me an energy of like cognitive dissonance or a battle between the heart and the mind. I just want to see how you're feeling about them. Let's confirm that. Five of Wands, conflicted. There was a lot of arguments. Ace of Cups, the initials FE could be symbolic. Oh my gosh, something in my eye. But clearly you have love for this person, the ring. Maybe there's a memory with a ring. You also have the Page of Cups and the Five of Wands, so you could feel like this person needs new perspectives, or they owe you an apology for some sort of conflict here with the Five of Wands. Maybe you're feeling like they need to do some inner child healing. It feels though that intuitively you feel very drawn to this person. Page of Cups, Ace of Cups. But there's some conflict there. Again, you could be seeing this person as immature. Let's get one more. There goes my freaking battery again. One more for how you feel about them. You know what I just heard, and this won't resonate with everybody, but I was looking at that goat, and I just heard greatest of all time. So, and I know this person clearly has some behaviors that weren't great, but you could still see them as like the love of your life, is what I'm hearing. We have 10 of Cups, the spell. So you could feel like they put a spell on you. Now I'm seeing Hocus Pocus. And the Two of Cups, the rose. The name Rose could be symbolic. Isn't that the name in Titanic? Interesting, because I was hearing Titanic. So Two of Cups, you know, you definitely feel love for this person. 10 of Cups. You might feel like even though they treated you that way, they must have put a spell on you, or you could feel bewitched by them, I'm hearing. Wanting to have an honest conversation with them. We also have the Witch, Four of Pentacles, so it's almost like you feel like you can't let them go. All right. Let's see their energy. Confirm Seven of Wands in reverse. Confirm Seven of Wands in reverse. Whoa. Six of Cups, very nostalgic, wanting to reach out. Hopefully they're doing some inner child healing. We've got the Nine of Swords. Yes, thank you. Confirmation. The insomnia, overthinking, anxious. This is their current energy. They could have a fear of commitment. Four of Wands. Amber could be symbolic, the name. They could be a painter. This is called the Hide Tarot, Hide. Clearly this person, well, they're working on their stability though. They could have a fear of commitment for sure. And then for their energy, we also have the Dragonfly, things coming to light, new perspectives. And we have the Snail, the Hermit. And I said the Hermit with the Turtle. So this person is deep in self-reflection, moving very slowly. Makes sense with that Turtle energy, the Hermit energy I was picking up on. So this is good because this shows that they're healing and gaining new perspectives. They're taking their time for a reason. And I always say, would you rather they rush right back in with some not sincere apology, not changing to repeat a cycle, or would you rather they take their time and come in as a dragonfly? How are they feeling about you? How are they feeling about you? How are they feeling about you? Whatever that is, it just landed right on top of you. How are they feeling about you? Maybe that's symbolic of, maybe that's symbolic of them wanting to lay on top of you. I'm hearing, what is that from? That must be from Friends. I'm hearing, or at least lay on top of me. Oh wow, that fell right on top of your pile, right on that rose. We have the Moon. So they are feeling uncertain if you still have feelings for them. It fell right on top of the Two of Cups, your pile. So there is some fear for how they feel about you. They could be afraid of the depth of the love they feel for you. Again, F-E could be symbolic, or J-E-F-E, Jeffy. Interesting. But you guys have the same cards for how they feel about you. Also, the Two of Pentacles, very similar, hey? So this person, they maybe didn't give you consistency. Maybe there was a lack of reciprocity there. But they're like going back and forth here between their heart and their head. We have the Queen of Pentacles. I think that's a pomegranate. That's how they feel about you. So they feel like you are very nurturing, very kind, very down to earth. Maybe you are older than them. Maybe you make more money. Maybe that intimidates them. And we have the Three of Swords, heartbreak, pain. So they could even be feeling like the cause of this separation was their own fear of commitment, or their inconsistency. Ace of Cups on the bottom. Aw, you guys are so cute. The anemone is also, when you think about it, doesn't it sting things? So this person could be feeling like if they come in and they don't say the right thing, there could be a fear that you'll sting them. Anyway, let's see their intentions towards you. What are their intentions towards you? Oh, I need lotion. Hang on. Try again. There's one card out already. What are their intentions? Six of Pentacles. So this person, it says the Mask. So they do want to have equal give and take. They want to have balance. So they could come in wanting to go slowly, possibly even wearing a mask and asking for friendship. Their intentions are to find balance here with you. Six of Pentacles, equal give and take and reciprocity. We have the Seven of Cups in reverse, the monkey. So 7 of Cups in reverse, so many sevens. 7 of Cups in reverse is about clarity and taking action is what I'm hearing. No longer being confused. So maybe once they're out of this mind fog, that's when they reach out. We have the Swan, King of Swords. Swans, you know what I'm going to say. Swans are symbolic of soul connections, divine connections, counterparts, soulmates. King of Swords. So their intention is to communicate with you truthfully, honestly, but Seven of Swords in reverse now. The letter S could be symbolic. I'm sure I already mentioned that. But no, there's cups here. There is emotion here. But I do want to say, when I see the King of Swords, that is someone coming in very logically, very honestly, taking accountability, but not showing much emotion. So we'll look when they take action what energy they're in. But again, that could be someone who's looking at this logically, offering friendship. 7 of Swords in reverse, setting the record straight. This is their intention. That came out in that other deck, remember? Wanting to be honest with you. 6 of Pentacles, wanting equal give and take. Let's see what action they're taking. What action are they taking? King of Wands, the bear, and the bear represents, to me, awakening from a spiritual slumber, release from isolation, reigniting passions. King of Wands, reigniting passions, taking control of this situation. So they come in very confident. For those of you wondering where this deck is from, it's from Etsy. I just looked up emotional oracle cards, but it's Elmira and the Divine. The name Elmira could be symbolic. So we have the 5 of Pentacles in reverse. The Eye. 5 of Pentacles in reverse is wanting to feel welcome. It's positive change, overcoming adversity. So this person is going to show you that they've made positive changes. We have the 5 of Cups, so I feel like this person coming in with regret. I want to see when they take action what they're offering you. I want to see when they take action, what are they offering you with this action? 5 of Cups, you know, this person, the fact that we have the 5 of Pentacles in reverse and the King of Wands, I feel like this person wants... It talks about 5 of Cups, the way I'm seeing it right now, is wanting to, or that they're going to rekindle your hope that there could be a future here. Showing remorse. So showing emotion, that's good. But I want to see what my plant just moved. I want to see what they're offering you when they come in. What are they offering you when they come in? My hands, that was too many. I need lotion, hang on. Apologies, my hands are very dry right now. What are they offering you when they come in? Okay. Strength, the tree. So they do want to cultivate a strong relationship here, which could be about, I don't know why I keep hearing friendship. If they don't offer you friendship, remember, you need to take things slowly. That's what Spirit was saying, like, take things slowly, don't rush. Don't go 0 to 100, right? But they want to build something stable here, the tree. They want to resurrect things. Look, Judgment, renewal, the peacock. So they do want to renew something here with you. They want to build something strong. We have the Queen of Wands. They want to match your energy. It's funny, the parrot, so they could follow your lead. So however you approach it, they could be parroting that. We also have like a counterpart pair here, King of Wands, Queen of Wands. It is about being open with you. The Queen of Wands also mentions being open, but also about keeping a little bit of independence. So exploring the connection, but still keeping the independence, which is interesting because you had 9 of Pentacles in the near future energy. So this person could, communicate that they want to build something, they want to build something solid here, but that they want to take things slowly. We have the 8 of Wands. So clearly it says the vision. So they are envisioning, a connection where there's a healthy balance of togetherness and independence, Queen of Wands. They want to progress forward with this 8 of Wands, but don't take things too quickly is what I'm hearing. What is your advice about this? 10 of Cups, emotional fulfillment. What is your advice about this? 555 on the timer. What is your advice? Knight of Pentacles, take things slowly, baby steps. You cannot make that up. Knight of Pentacles, take things slowly, baby steps. Small progress, slow and steady. Everything that I said, Spirit is confirming. Knight of Swords. So Knight of Swords, Knight of Pentacles, these two energies couldn't be more opposite. This is impulsive. This is, your advice. Respond slowly. If they reach out and you feel triggered or you feel anxious, you don't need to respond right away. You're not going to lose this person because you don't respond in 2 days or a week. Take your time. Don't act from an emotionally triggered place, Knight of Swords. Don't be impulsive. Take things slowly, Knight of Pentacles. If you need to, take a step back before you respond, and don't rush into anything. It says the monster, so don't rush into anything. Knight of Swords, don't be impulsive, don't be hasty. Why did I hear haste makes waste? What does that mean? Where did that come from? Take things slowly. Knight of Pentacles. That's your advice. High Priestess. Trust your intuition. Remain calm. And if you're not feeling calm internally, Knight of Swords, if you feel defensive and reactive, take a step back, center, trust your intuition, High Priestess. All right. I just want to get you a few channeled messages from this person. 747, as I said that. Our love is always there despite the distance. That is how they were feeling. They got those love cards about feeling your energy, feeling connected to you. Soul contract. The lessons I learned from us will never be forgotten. So they've learned some sort of lesson through this connection. So let's see what you need to know. All right. Reciprocity. I want to have equal give and take. That was their intention. 6 of Pentacles. So maybe they've learned some sort of energy about equal give and take and balance and reciprocity. And I always say a connection can't flourish if there's not equal give and take and reciprocity. Ego. I let my pride get in the way of our connection. So you could have triggered their ego. We have broken. I feel shattered about this situation. That's what I was feeling when I first started. Now my energy feels much lighter. It's sunny out. It stopped raining. The sun will come out tomorrow. Annie could be symbolic. I love Annie. Fun fact, I named my dog after a character in Annie, Pepper. Bonus points if you know who Pepper is in that movie. She was the only tomboy in that movie, and I loved her, even though she was a bit mean. We are both hurting from this damage. No, damage. We are both hurting from this. Sometimes I mix up my words. Missed opportunity. That's how they feel about you, that they missed an opportunity with you. I didn't act when I should have. Escape. Runner. I left when things got hard. Reveal. I want to tell you the truth. So they are going to reveal something to you here, and it came out with this. Neglected. I failed to give you what you need. And I think in your cards I mentioned Eight of Pentacles in reverse does talk about someone who is neglecting this connection. Let's just get a few more and then I'll stop. A few more. There could be something, dishonesty. So they did have Seven of Swords in reverse. So they were probably dishonest about something with you. By lying, I ripped us apart. Even if it was just, I don't know, there may be something they want to admit to you. But even if it was just denying this connection or saying they didn't have feelings for you. But we also have secrets. I haven't told you everything, and you had the reveal card. So it feels like there's something they want to reveal to you. Maybe that they ran from this connection. Maybe that they have a habit of running from this connection. I don't want to run anymore. Absence, so they're feeling your absence. Detachment, I had to let this go so I could clear my mind. And that black and white thinking of, if they wanted to, they would, and if they loved me, they'd be here. No, sometimes we need to detach from situations to see them clearly. Especially if there's arguments. Holding back, I should have expressed myself better. So this person maybe didn't express themselves in the most healthiest way. Guilty, I feel pain from the damage I have caused. That Five of Cups. Anyway, I'm going to leave it here. I'm sending you guys lots of love and light, and I will talk to you soon. I may or may not do a reading tomorrow. I'm not sure. I'm going to see what Spirit wants me to do in the morning. But as always, I love you, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.